back to Dr. Anand Ranganathan and Mr. Paranjoy Guha Thakurta. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, the fact is that Mr. Bhusan has been ticked off on numerous occasions, and I have several quotes. Let me go over some of them. D.Y. Chandrachud in the Judge Loya case. Now, D.Y. Chandrachud has been held up by the left in this country, by the so-called liberal left in this country, as one of the more liberal and progressive judges of the Supreme Court. And this is what he said. Parshant Bhusan adopted a dual mantle and went to the length of personally collecting evidence to bolster the case. The petition is a veiled attempt to launch a frontal attack on the independence of the judiciary and to dilute the credibility of the judicial institution. The Supreme Court, and I'm quoting the research here, while strongly condemning Bhusan's oral request for recusal of Justice Khanwilkar and Chandrachud without any formal application, and the sole reason that they hail from Mumbai, concluded, the conduct of the petitioners and the interveners scandalizes the process of the court and prima facie constitutes criminal contempt. However, on a dispassionate view of the matter, we have chosen not to initiate proceedings by way of criminal contempt. Now, this is not the first time. In the medical college bribery case, again, Deepak Mishra, the Chief Justice, orally observed that Parshant Bhusan is not worthy of contempt. He was, of course, being sarcastic. Now, many people have flirted with this idea, justices in the past, given him the long rope, but never with the idea of letting him hang himself with it. This time, it seems that he has. Would you agree or would you disagree?
Rahul, first, a little bit of history. The true test of a liberal democracy is standing up for illiberal marauders of common sense like Bhusan. I stand with him, notwithstanding that he is a landfill, methane-spewing landfill of lies, mediocrity, conspiracy, propaganda, fake news, terror apologia, Hindu-phobia, slander, anarchy, and all other attributes that made him gush methane from time to time. This time, the methane he spewed got ignited, and the landfill is on fire, and the putrid smell is all pervasive. This urban and bourbon Naxal teams up regularly with other chauthi-fail hammerheads who love anarchy and bloodshed while they rock on their armchairs and drink champagne. Right from spreading the fake church attack narrative to Ambani Adani, to Justice Loya, to Rafale, to taking selectivity to insane levels on lynchings and ignoring more than 150 hate crime Muslim mob attacks on Hindus, Dalits and non-Dalits since 2018. Bhusan is a shining example that we live in a democracy where such muppets are tolerated. But he, true to his Mao and Pol Pot loving nature, is viciously intolerant. Look at the irony. He himself hails the contempt of court law, wants people booked and imprisoned under it. He called Lord Krishna a legendary Eve teaser and a Romeo, unquote, and condemned when an FIR was filed against him, but he himself filed an FIR against Madhu Kishwar for offending religious sensibilities of Muslims. It is a tragedy of the times we live in that I even have to discuss him, leave alone defend. But Rahul, I have always pinched my nose and defended this landfill's freedom of expression. And I stand with him even in this case. Because doing the right thing means never caring for the victim is worthy or worthless or deserves your solidarity. If I'm not in jail right now, it is because the state has decided that I need not be jailed. Yes, we are a democracy, Rahul. But, we have dissent, yes. But we don't have a constitution that respects either. We have laws and articles and amendments that rather than protect the rights of the dissenter, protect those who violate the rights of the dissenter. Everything is grey. Everything is subject to something, primed for booking people or offending religious sensibilities or condemned. Now let me come specifically to the contempt of court against Bhusan. Please give me a minute. I have often said there are only two kinds of people in a democracy. One who respect the judiciary and the other who think they are the judiciary. Bhusan belongs to the latter category. Now it is perfectly all right to disagree with the court judgment while at the same time respecting the judiciary. Contrariety is not contempt. But Bhusan, as is common nature with communists and anarchists, crosses the boundary every single time a judgment is not to his liking and slanders the judge with vile, unproven accusations of corruption, nepotism, blackmail and quid pro quo. That's defamation, and there are laws to protect Indians who are victims of it. In this particular case, however, his rant was general in nature. Please give me 30 seconds. You must be allowed to, in my view, get away by calling the judiciary, the legislature, the executive and the press as corrupt. Because corruption is an overarching subjective label. It's a little like label of offending religious sensibilities.
Okay.
However, When you single out a judge and accuse him of quid pro quo through cash or kind, that is defamatory. Last 10 seconds. In this case, Bhushan didn't do it. Maybe he would have, but his joint got finished and he regained his limited senses. Bottom line, Rahul, is we must not be like Bhushan's, an intolerant anarchist who himself loves and draconian laws. But we must protect Bhushan's. That is the India I want and cherish.
Okay, Mr. Paranjoy Thakurta, I'll just quote another particular